Hey everyone, welcome to week 3 of our series, Be Real. Over the past few weeks, we've been talking all about what integrity looks like in our lives and how we can show it in different areas. This week, we're diving into what integrity looks like in our relationships. Let me tell you a quick story from my own life. There was a time when I had to decide whether to tackle something on my own or include others in on it. I thought it might be easier just to go solo, but I chose to involve my friends instead. While it was messier and sometimes frustrating, it turned out to be a lot more rewarding in the end. But the thing about relationships, they can be kind of tricky, but they're worth it. We've all been there, right? We've all had to figure out if we should do something alone or do it with others. Like when you're studying for a big test. Sometimes it's tempting to just study with your friends for the fun of it, but other times you just want to focus on your own without distractions. Or maybe you've had a crush on someone. Sure, your friends could hype you up, but telling them might complicate things if they can't keep a secret. So you keep it to yourself. Or let's talk to all of the gamers. If given the choice, you'd probably prefer to play your favorite games alone rather than teach your younger sibling who keeps asking a million questions. Sometimes life feels easier when we go at it alone. That's true for integrity too. Other people can make living with integrity more challenging. Think about it. It wouldn't be so hard to be kind if others weren't rude or annoying. It wouldn't be as tough to be honest if others didn't get so defensive. It wouldn't be so tricky to do the right thing if we weren't worried about others' opinions. Here's the thing. Integrity, being authentic, and having good character is almost always about how we treat others. Words like kindness, honesty, and patience involve people. And while relationships bring joy, they also come with moments that challenge our integrity. So here's the big question. If we're called to live with integrity, how do we show it in our relationships? When friendships are messy or conflicts arise, how do we live with authenticity and good character? To help answer these questions, let's turn to the Bible. The New Testament includes letters mostly written by Paul, a leader of the early church, and Paul wrote to encourage and teach people how to live like Jesus. In one letter to a church in Corinth, Paul addressed their struggles with disagreements and broken relationships and chaos. Here's what Paul wrote in 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7. It says this, "Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable and it keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice and rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith. It's always hopeful and endures through every circumstance." You've probably heard this passage before at weddings or seen on a wall somewhere, but Paul wasn't just talking about romantic love, right? He was addressing an entire community struggling to get along. For Paul, love was the key to healthy relationships. If we want to live with integrity, we need to love others with patience, kindness, humility, and honesty. One part of Paul's message stands out. Love doesn't dishonor others. When faced with difficult situations, ask yourself this: what does honoring the other person look like? Honoring others means treating them with respect, kindness, and fairness, valuing them as God does. So let's make this practical for a second. Let's picture gloves, a reminder to offer a helping hand, or a magnifying glass to notice the needs of others, a dumbbell to lift others up with encouragement, a compass to follow God and choose the right path, or a mirror to reflect God's love and treat others as we would want to be treated. We might not carry these items around every day, but they are reminders that are powerful. We can honor others in many ways. Talking to a friend about a conflict instead of just ghosting them, respecting a sibling's boundaries when they need space, or following your parents' rules when it's hard. And don't forget, honoring others doesn't mean dishonoring yourself. God calls us to respect our own boundaries and values as well. Here are 3 ways to live out integrity this week. 1 is speak well of others behind their back. Gossip is easy, but integrity means honoring everyone involved, even when they're not around. Number 2 is disagree without insulting. Disagreements happen, but they're opportunities to show kindness and communicate without tearing others down. And number 3 is forgive. When others hurt you, it's tempting to hold a grudge, but integrity means forgiving and letting go of bitterness while still setting healthy boundaries. If someone is treating you unfairly, don't handle it alone. Talk to a trusted adult like a parent or a small group leader for help. See, when we honor others, we reflect God's love and build better relationships. Imagine how your life would change if you showed patience, kindness, and integrity in all of your relationships. What could God do through you? There's so much potential for our lives and our world to get better when we choose to live with integrity, because integrity honors everyone involved. As you head to small group, think about this question. What's one way that you could live with integrity this week? Let's commit to honoring everyone involved, because that's what integrity is all about.